there is such a thing as perfect punk music, then these albums are it. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 important albums in punk music history. For this list, we've looked at all punk albums and included those records without which the genre could not have developed in the way that it has. These are the watershed moments in punk rock history.
Good is bad, bad is good, up is down, down is up, and Pope's not a nice guy.
Number 10, Bad Brains. Bad Brains.
You tell me what to say, when it's saying.
There are 15 tracks on our opening album, and yet it rattles through its playlist in just over half an hour. The unrivaled pace of punk. This debut record is Bad Brains' self-titled salute to the hardcore scene. Led by the band's first single, Pay to Come, the album is considered a crucial formative moment for the reggae punk blend it created, a sound that would only gain ground in the years to come. A prime example of the Bad Brains brand, it's fast and it's fuming.
On the ground.
Number 9, Dookie, Green Day.
Well, I heard you crying loud. All the way across town.
If you've ever had the time to listen to them whine, then you'll know just why Green Day are on today's list.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine?
Dookie wasn't their debut, just their first release on a major label, but it's easily the most important album that the Californian three-piece has ever put together. From the fresh voice cheekiness of Basket Case to the trebly bassy grunginess of Longview and the gritty sing-along anthem that is When I Come Around, Dookie ushered in a new age of punk music with anarchy and hilarity all rolled into one. Number 8, Milo Goes to College, Descendants. Another hybrid-style record that combines the hard and fast punk rock foundations with a more melodic approach. Everything about Milo Goes to College is awesome. A truly collaborative effort, all 4 band members boast writing credits on a track list for which it's hard to pick a favorite, with Parents, Kabuki Girl, and I'm Not a Loser being highlights. It's just anthem after anthem after anthem. The album is especially notable, however, for bringing in a bit of pop and melodic sensibilities to the often rough and ragged genre. And in terms of iconography, the eponymous character on the album cover, which is a caricature of the Descendants singer, Milo Okerman, is brilliantly difficult to beat.
Create tensions and threaten violence.
Number 7, Walk Among Us, Misfits. We might have featured Static Age were it not for Walk Among Us, a Misfits effort that altered the punk rock landscape. When it comes to innovation, this record saw the punk rulebook, burned it up, and danced in its ashes. There's nothing outwardly anti-establishment here, with the band drawing inspiration from classic horror films, and still it's a legendary album. True to their name, the Misfits were unlike anything else before them, while this record is the template for horror punk, and it's frighteningly good. Number 6, Damaged, Black Flag. When you take our next record from the shelves, you really know it means business. Black Flag's broken mirror image is world famous, and rightly so. Cover art rarely gets more antagonistic, and neither do album openers. Rise Above sets one hell of a precedent. It's a chaotic call to arms and an anthem for the punk movement in general. Featuring the Black Flag debut of punk prophet Henry Rollins, Damaged is regularly cited as one of the best albums in the genre, despite not making much of an impact on release. It's brutal, frantic, funny at times, and best played really, really loud. Number 5. Fresh fruit for rotting vegetables. Dead Kennedys. You only have to take one glance at our next album's tracklist to see just how hardcore the Dead Kennedys debut really is. Kill the Poor opens side 1, California Uber Alleys side 2, with antagonistic titles like Let's Lynch the Landlord and I Kill Children peppered throughout. This album served as the Dead Kennedys' blueprint. It's a supreme example of exactly how angry punk music can get. A politically incensed pile driver of a record, Fresh Fruit never looks like it's going out of date.
Let's lynch the landlord, let's lynch the landlord, let's lynch the landlord, man! Woo!
Number 4. Raw Power. The Stooges. The earliest record to feature in our list, Raw Power is widely considered to have given birth to punk as we know it. Initial response to the album was moderate, with it landing at number 52 on the Billboard Pop Albums chart of all places. But its reputation has snowballed since. David Bowie, of all people, had a massive hand in shaping the original cut, twisting and tweaking Raw Power into a really quite dynamic form of decadence. Search and Destroy served as its lead single and has been a punk mantra for decades, with many critics claiming that it was with Iggy that it all began.
If anybody had your record, they felt like they were the only person for miles that liked this group, and everybody else hated it, didn't get it.
Number 3. Never mind the bollocks, here's the Sex Pistols. Sex Pistols.
I don't wanna holiday in the sun. I wanna go to the New Sun.
In many ways, the archetypal punks, they set the trend. Others tried to keep up with the chaos. With their unpolished sounds and unpolished attitudes, they set the tone for the genre. Nevermind the Bollocks has to be considered the Sex Pistols' high point, and not just because it's their sole studio album. Anarchy in the UK is still the anthem for British punk music. God Save the Queen still goads the establishment like nothing else out there, and Pretty Vacant is still pretty bloody brilliant. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but this time you might as well. It does exactly what it says it will. Number 2, London Calling. The Clash.
When they got your front door, how you gonna go with your hands on your head?
One of the most eclectic and wide-ranging punk efforts in terms of the variety of sound, London Calling runs over an hour long, and it's an undisputed epic.
Live by the river to the imitation zone.
A rock and roll, reggae, jazz, and ska style blend, London Calling was way more than just a product of its time. With this album, The Clash saw what was happening with the punk scene.
Stand by me. No way. We must explain.
Rose above the trendy and fashionable, and shook it all to pieces again. Coming from times and a nation undergoing great change, London Calling remained fully socially aware while reinventing what was possible in punk. It was a middle finger to conventional music, and yet it still resonated with the masses.
What do you think? You know, it's the album of the 80s, the most important album of the 80s. What do you think? And he was like, I thought it came out in 1979.
Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. 1. Ramones. Ramones.
Let's go! Let's go!
In January 1976, our top pick was recorded in just 1 week. It also cost just $6,400 to make. Not bad for one of, if not the most important punk album ever produced. And album art is rarely more mimic than this leather-clad band leaned against a New York City brick wall. From Judy is a Punk to Now I Wanna Sniff Some Glue, it epitomized the look, the sound, the spirit, and the attitude of everything that followed. It hey-hoed, and it got the whole hectic thing going. So, do you agree with our list? What do you think is the most important punk album? For more Anarchic Top 10s published daily, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.